guys, Brad here, and I'm just this is on my property here in where I live at Talabudra Valley, and this is a little cottage that was on the property that we renovated to hold some space in here for yoga and just things that is away from the house and away from the kids. So it's good to come here and just every now and then get a bit of quiet time, and we just put a little bit of decking out here, and it's around the trees. And I wanted to share with you something that really changed the way that I implement and the way that I get things done. Uh, and it was a thing that I learned when I was in a business improvement role back in my career when I was working as a business improvement coach and implementing improvement methodologies, where our intention was to increase profitability without spending any capital to do it. So that was like increased revenue without increasing costs, so to speak. So that was it was all about efficiencies and improvements and reducing waste and all of those types of things, which was great. It's really helped me, and I learned a lot out of working in that environment and with those methodologies. And one of the key things that I learned was a principle from a man back in the 1800s, and his name was Wilfredo Pareto. And he basically came up. Have you ever heard of the concept, the 80-20 rule? It came from this gentleman, and he's an Italian economist, and he did a lot of studies on economics. And what he found was that there was this simple principle, philosophy, approach that has now translated to a worldwide mindset of the 80-20 rule. And that basically is whatever it is that you want to achieve and whatever outcome you're after, generally speaking, that if you had a list of actions to do to achieve that outcome, then generally speaking, 20% of those actions, so if you had 10 actions, 2 of those would translate to achieving 80% towards that outcome. Does that make sense? So 20% of your activities of those actions doing those and implementing those would move you 80% of the way towards achieving that outcome. Now that's a general rule. However, I've tested this and measured this across multitude of different contexts, and it's really a powerful principle, because every day I wake up, I ask myself in my mind, I have a whole routine that I do, and then one of the questions that I ask myself is, what 20% of my activities today will give me 80% of the result? And that just focuses my mindset. That directs my focus onto knowing what are my key things that I have to hit today. And this is just like a muscle. You want to train this and practice this, and the more that you do that, the more that you practice this, the better you get at it, and the more the more competent you become. And so, guys, I hope that served you, and I want you to really think about implementing the 80-20 rule in your own life. And whenever you want to go and achieve some outcome, and you write a whole big list of to-dos, which you should never manage your life at the to-do list at the to-do level. And I teach that in my game plan event that I have, how to manage and achieve goals without getting into overwhelm. And one of the best ways to get into overwhelm is to manage your life at the to-do list level. But when you do chunk and write the to-do list level out, when you know what outcome you want to achieve, because that's where we need to focus, at the outcome, then we look at the items, the task list, and then that's when we ask, what 20% of my activities today will give me 80% of the result? So guys, I hope that served you. Please share this with people that would benefit from this as well. And remember to implement the 80-20 rule in your life for faster, further results. Look forward to serving you again real soon. Bye for now.
I wanna see the light.